So tonight for dinner, I'm going to show you guys how I make my street tacos. The beef I'm using is beef bottom round roast, and it's sliced really thin. And then all I do is I cut it in little bite-sized pieces, little. Okay, now that I've sliced the beef, and I mean you want it real small, thin slices, I'm going to use garlic, salt. Probably, depending on how much meat you have, is on how much seasoning you're going to need. So probably about a half a tablespoon of garlic salt. And then I use seasoning salt and probably about the same, about a half a tablespoon. Because I do have a lot of meat in there. And then I use pepper. Not as much though. We'll do maybe a tablespoon of pepper. Whoa, teaspoon I mean. And then I'm going to use mustard. And I'm going to need 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, probably 3 tablespoons. I know it sounds funny with the mustard on the meat, but it actually tastes good. And then you want to mix it up. I'm going to use my hands because, you know, that's the best tool. And then just set it aside, cover it, set it aside. It doesn't have to go in the refrigerator because you want your meat room temperature anyway when you cook it. Okay, so while your beef is still marinating, I'm going to cut up onions because I'm going to make some pico. Okay, now that your onions are all chopped up, I'm going to go ahead and chop up some tomatoes. Okay, now that your tomatoes are all sliced up, I'm going to chop up some cilantro. I just roll it sometimes. Okay, now that you done chopped up your onion, your tomato, and your cilantro, I'm going to do a jalapeno. And then I'm going to cut some lime. 3 lime. I probably won't use all 3 though. Alright, let me mix this up. Look how beautiful that looks though. Okay, so now I'm going to cut and add my lime. Roll it. Get that juice moving around. And there you have it. Pico. Okay, now that I'm done chopping up the stuff for the pico, turn your eye on medium for your beef. And I put a little bit of olive oil in it. It takes about 20 minutes. It just depends on how much meat you have, on how long it's gonna take to fry it. And now that the beef is just about done, I'm gonna check on the rice back here. Looks like that's almost done too. Right now, I'm just gonna throw some guacamole together real quick. Avocado, tomatoes, cilantro, onion. Guacamole. There you have it. My homemade street tacos with homemade pico, homemade guacamole, rice. Make sure you guys like, dislike, leave a comment, especially if you guys are doing any of my recipes. I'd like to know how your guys' turned out. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Have a good night.